I want to do a simple recap of what we did yesterday. We started the day with session 12, which was on sovereign loan and debt pricing instruments. And it was taken by two very prominent and very professional hands. The first one was taken by Rabi Nawaz, who is an associate of Global Sovereign Advisory based in Paris. He took us through the mechanics of how sovereign loans are priced, the factors that determine it, and the proper conditions that we must look up to when we are about to evaluate how to price loan instruments. The second part was taken by Victor J. Victor J. also took us through the second part of the discussion and brought his very professional experience into how sovereign loans are priced. And after that, we went into question and answer session. Several questions were asked, and the answers were provided that clarified some of the issues they discussed. After that, we went into session 13, which was on assessing debt sustainability prior to new debt instruments. Debt sustainability analysis, I always pity those who want to teach it as a topic, because this is an exercise that requires hands-on. And when you want to communicate how you do DSA to a class, it is an added burden. But the resource persons that took it yesterday made it seem so easy for us to understand how we do debt sustainability analysis and what ratios we must be focusing on. The present value of debt ratio to GDP, the present value of debt ratio to exports, and all that. Those are things that require hands-on. But they communicated it to us in such a very simple way that we were able to follow. So it was a wonderful experience listening to both of them tear down the complexities around DSA to us in a very simple language. And after that, we also took questions and answers. Some clarifications were provided on some of the terms. And they all felt accomplished with how they were able to communicate the very complex and critical issues involved in DSA. Then we went for a tea break, after which we come back, and then went into loan documentation negotiations. Victor J. turned all of us into corporate lawyers yesterday, and we were in the mood of lawyers. I can see how he was trying to advance our minds to how lawyers look at loan documentations. And I was just in my mind was saying that not all the people who are here are going to be doing the lawyer's work when they go back to their countries. But knowledge of every aspect of debt management is what we should take seriously. No matter the little you pick, you can make a difference in your home country, looking at how debt documentation and negotiation instruments and documents are evaluated. He took us through that course, and after his presentation, we also raised questions on some of the aspects we don't quite understand, because we all know that it requires some technical aspects of it require some attention, because it came clear when we wait for the breakout session and then discovered that those things he was explaining very simply up here was not as easy when we were confronted with real situations on how to evaluate loan negotiation documents. But we did our best to follow them, followed what they taught us, and I think we are better informed about how to approach loan documentation. After that, we also came back from our lunch to also hear Victor again talk about resilience, building resilience in loan instruments, how we can handle clauses. Those clauses are where the skeletons are buried, because if you don't understand the intricate, very, very delicate insertions into the clauses, you might take them on the surface, on its surface, and you run your country into a major problem when it comes to how to execute loan contracts. And he took time to take us all through those clauses, some of them easy to understand, others a little more complex. But all in all, we were able to follow. And we were able to deploy the knowledge they gave us, we got from them when we went into our breakout sessions. After that, we went into group exercises, led by Jane Pardo for group 1, Moniro Snozy for group 2, myself to group 3, and Hajab Hanatu Binta Musa to group 4. The results of this, the output from those breakout sessions is yet to get to the managing table there. And after that, we called it a day and had our tea break, and then we all went to sleep. And today we are here. Now, that was the snapshot of what we did yesterday.